Yep, holidays, health and home life, refunds, rights and results. If it matters to you, it matters to us. And we won't be alone. We have an all-star team of troubleshooters to get you out of this mess and reduce your stress.
Hot pan.
Suit you.
Thank you.
That's excellent, Teddy. Well, Matt, all right. Are you ready?
Coming up on today's show. Times are tough. Fancy making some money.
And now the shops have opened in England.
I'm very pleased to be sharing my work bubble with you, Kym Marsh.
Likewise.
Have another job.
I would. I'd be doing 9 to 5, the musical, right now. But
Oh,
obviously
I love that.
that's changed because we're not allowed to go to theatres and...
How are your friends in Theatreland coping with this? It must be hard.
Yeah, I think it's, Theatreland's really taken a hit. You know, there are a lot of people out of work right now. And it's so sad because, there's nothing better than seeing some live performances. And I know you're really...
The gigs, I miss the gigs playing and are changing. They're moving in the right direction. To zoo! Are you excited about the zoo?
Well, I know a little girl that is, and that's my daughter, Polly. So I'll be taking her to the zoo, definitely.
Fabulous.
Definitely. Yes, but here's the thing, Matt. It's shopping, but not as we know it. After months stuck at home, loads of us are understandably afraid about venturing back out to our town centres and retail parks. And we've already been inundated with questions about how it's all going to work. So last week, I set out to get some of those answers for you. Me and my daughter Emily, and of course my new grandson Teddy, love to do a little bit of shopping together. So when I first heard the shops were reopening, I was really excited. However, the more I've thought about it, the more the doubts have been creeping in. People are going to have to get used to this. Is going to be a way of life for a little while. Yeah. See ya. I just wish I could. I wish I could give you
He's so cute.
Here's little chubby chops.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see how things stickers to go on the floor. They'd be doing...
Absolutely, and who puts them down?
I don't know.
That's a job I wouldn't
no
want.
Bubbles. You're back at the Trafford Centre later on.
Yes,
in the show.
I am, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. A couple of weeks to sort your house out, sort out your clutter.
I have, It's amazing how much stuff there was that I didn't want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
loads
piles
of it.
up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well.
Yes, and a man who knows how to turn the loot in our loft into cold, hard cash is Tom and Bob's, that he's literally written the book on it. Morning, Tom.
Good morning.
Hi, Tom. So, listen, years ago, people would get rid of their bits and bobs at jumble sales and car boot sales. How have things changed?
Is it right to say, Tom, everything on your bookshelf made the most of it?
Later on.
OK, wrong. People can get pictures when they just have...
Marketplace, you spend just a split second looking at these images. So you've just got that single chance. Model number, the weight, the size, the brand, the colour.
How do you decide what the item's worth? How do you go about pricing your item?
But an idea to get price information is just to go on all the other sites and have a look at what other people are selling it for. So, for example...
Very quickly, a mistake I've made. That right. So much, Tom. Absolutely fantastic stuff. 72 hours, remember.
Now, there have been some brilliant success stories that show once you get the hang of it, it's a really savvy way of clearing out. Anya from London has met people want and need and would be willing to shell out for, so why not give it a try? One small note of caution, though, just be aware that if you do make over £1,000 by selling things in this way, you will have to pay tax.
Fabulous, thank you, Kym.
Yes, to help us all protect our pennies, pounds and dollars, we head across the Atlantic to New York and the one, the only, Alvin Hall, personal finance guru. Because if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Oh, I could listen to Alvin for hours. He's so calming.
Oh, it takes a great man to wear a bow tie.
It does indeed, like my dad. What's so great about being with you over the next 3 weeks is that alongside Alvin, we're going to have a whole array of experts on hand to offer an arm around the shoulder with survival tips, guidance and support.
And I'm pleased to say one of those joins us now. If you know you from your show, the Bank of Dave, and what you did, your backstory, where you've come from.
So I thought, how can I do?
What I love about you more than anything is that you're a proper northern for our viewers. What can they learn from you?
Tips in a very potted version so they don't forget. Tell us, Kym Marsh, what is the #1 complaint, the one thing that we've heard more about than anything else since we started telling them about the show?
Well, one area stands out by miles. We've had more correspondence about it than anything else put together. It is, of course, holidays, but both the huge disruption to people's travel plans caused by the virus and the failure by many companies, big and small, to refund their customers, even when the law says they must. Now, as we discussed earlier, after a long time away, as of about an hour ago, non-essential shops in England are open, and they've been open in Northern Ireland since Friday. The government wants us to get out there and spend, but has enough been done to entice you back? I grabbed another batch of your questions and headed to the high street to find out. I have to say I'm feeling slightly nervous because other than my local supermarket, this is the first time I've been in an actual shop since March. Though it's great to see all the new and shiny things like...
Got hand sanitizer if you want to use it.
Oh, brilliant, thank you. Definitely. Nice one. We hit the escalator, and ordinarily you just all get on the escalator and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's saying in steps.
Six steps apart, so...
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, OK. This one is definitely going to take some getting used to. And
To actually operate our dressing rooms, because we don't have the space. Until the government update it in your own home, bring it back for a week.
the clothing needs to...
The clothing needs to go in for 72 hours. That's the guidance from the government.
Yeah, so because I've read that it can survive on new clothing for makeup. You're able to have a demonstration, someone's able to put something on you so you can see whether... How is that going to change now? How is that going to be different?
But also what we can offer in store.
In our basket, hands, whatever, we go to the till, and what can we expect when we get to the till?
Okay, so at the till point, again, you're going to have the two. In addition to that, you're going to see colleagues behind our till point with the visors on. They're going to be wearing gloves. So ideally, we'd like our customers to pay by using their card. However, and also at the end of each transaction.
After each one?
Each one.
OK. Oh, that's perfect. You've got all the protective gear.
Yeah.
You feel like everything's being done to protect you as well, because obviously we don't just have the brilliant... Do you feel like you're in some kind of spacesuit? You have to start making them a bit more kind of fancy. This is probably the first time I've ever left a shop empty-handed. And although I did feel a bit nervous today, I do feel reassured that planning is precise and thorough, and that there's nothing, certainly in here, that hasn't been thought, and how far we've still got to go before things get back to the way they were. But it does reassure you that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Wow. OK, so we know that the shops are open.
Yes, that's it. But you see, from today now, you'll have to wear a face mask on public transport in England, or you'll risk not being able to travel.
Wow.
But according to the stats, 61% of us still feel uncomfortable hopping on buses, trains and trams.
You've got to get... Are you a cyclist, Kym?
No. I've got a mountain bike, but I like doing off-roading. I don't like being on the road. It scares me.
Oh, do you know, I don't think...
Well, joining us is cycling journalist and biking broadcaster Rebecca Charlton. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hello, good morning.
Hello there. So it seems like this is a really important moment for cycling. I mean, is it really a viable... The person that, you know, in your bubble, is it actually safe enough to do that?
Into cycling and being pushed forward by the government.
Rebecca, we've got a question here from Krithiga. Have a listen. OK, so overcoming that fear of traffic. If bicycle lanes aren't...
You're probably having to navigate 3 lanes, which, you know, you don't want to do if you're just starting out. If you can find someone, of course, at a social distance, that can take you out and wreck your route with you, you'll feel more confident when you go out on your own. So if you can find that person...
Jane from Coggletall in Essex has a question about getting a bike.
It's a valid concern, isn't it? Because you don't want to splash...
Guilty of just not wanting to get out the door if we feel like we've got to, you know, be bound to...
So much, Rebecca. And there are plenty of schemes to help people get into cycling.
Yeah. And we met one such person earlier, Burnley lad Dave Fishwick. He's a self-made millionaire, an ex-labourer who now owns his own bank. So if you're going to take notice of anyone when it comes to bagging a bargain, Dave's your man. He's the Duke of Deals, and he's here to give you some top-dollar advice. Today, as the car auction houses reopen, he's talking motors.
Thank you, Dave, and brace yourself. Dave will be back tomorrow, and so will we, talking about jobs. If work's looking a bit shaky right now and you need help figuring out what to do next, the star of The Apprentice.
And my old mate, Ashley John.
We'll see you back here, 10 a.m, BBC One.
Have a lovely day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.